As the sun dipped low, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, Nia and Juma frolicked by the riverbank, their laughter echoing like sweet melodies against the tranquil water. The villagers often spoke of the twins not only as benevolent spirits of the land but also as embodiments of two powerful forces, the sun and the moon. Nia, with her golden tresses that caught the light and shimmered like the sun's rays, exuded warmth and kindness. Juma, on the other hand, with his silver locks that gleamed like the full moon, embodied wisdom and calmness amidst the chaos. Together, they were a force of nature, equal yet distinct, just as day is tonight. In the heart of the village stood an ancient baobab tree, gnarled and majestic, its trunk thick and twisted with stories of generations past. The villagers revered this tree as a protector of the land, believing it housed the spirits of their ancestors. One crisp morning, compelled by a whispered sense of purpose, Nia and Juma decided to venture into the cooling embrace of the tree's shade. They often came here to listen to the elders' tales, but today felt different. The air crackled with anticipation, brewing possibilities that danced just out of reach. As they approached the tree, Nia noticed a peculiar glow emanating from a hollow at its base. Curiosity piqued. They knelt down, peering inside. To their astonishment, resting upon a bed of soft moss, lay a set of intricately woven bracelets, each adorned with vibrant beads that pulsed with color. The moment Juma touched one, a whirlwind of energy spiraled around them. Colors twirled, and gleaming images of their ancestors unfurled in the air like a tapestry. "In these bracelets lies the heart of our lineage," Juma spoke softly, his voice tinged with reverence. "Each bead represents a story, a challenge faced by our family through the ages. They are drawn from the very essence of our land: blooming flowers, unyielding rocks, flowing rivers. We are the guardians of these tales." Nia felt the urgency of his words, realizing their burden was more than mere storytelling. It was a call to action. "We must share these stories," she exclaimed, her heart racing with excitement. "Our village, our people, they need to remember where we come from." As they slipped the bracelets onto their wrists, each color gleamed stronger, and the air resonated with the laughter and cries of past generations. Wisdom surged through them, intertwining with the very essence of who they were. They felt each lesson passed down, each celebration and sorrow that had echoed through the village like rippling water. As the sun lowered further, shadows stretched across the ground, and a sense of knowing enveloped them. With each story infused into their hearts, the twins shared a knowing glance. This was just the beginning. Their enchanted locks shimmered with newfound purpose, and bound by an ancient legacy, they prepared to embrace the destiny that lay ahead. A journey unseen had begun, and the village would soon awaken to the magic woven into their very lives. The elders' tales were no longer just whispers in the air, but vibrant truths ready to be unveiled under the sun's glow and moon's watchful gaze. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue upon the village, as Nia and Juma ventured into the mystical thicket of whispers, a place where the elder trees recounted tales of forgotten times. This enchanted grove had always called to them, resonating with the very core of their bond. It was here that their unspoken language thrived, wrapped in the serene rustle of leaves and the melodious chirping of evening crickets. The air was thick with magic, a palpable presence that danced around them like a soft caress. Nia brushed her fingers against the bark of an ancient tree, as if seeking solace in its wisdom. Juma stood a few paces away, eyes closed, channeling the whispers of the wind that wove through the branches. It was moments like these that revealed the depth of their connection, when the world around them fell silent, and they became attuned not just to each other, but to the very essence of nature itself. "Can you feel it?" Nia's voice was a mere echo of the breeze slipping through the thicket, gentle but persistent. Juma turned his head slightly, his expression shifting as an unseen current passed between them. A quiet acknowledgement of the shared exhilaration they could conjure in each other's presence. "It's as though the forest is alive with our thoughts," he replied, a hint of wonder in his gaze. Together, they began a silent dialogue, unveiling secrets that were layered beneath the surface of their thinking. It was a symphony composed of aspirations, fears, and dreams, each note crafted with an understanding that transcended words. As twilight spiraled into the depths of evening, the duo allowed their minds to drift, exploring realms that few could fathom. The shimmering tendrils of magic and emotion formed a tapestry that spiraled through spaces unseen. They shared the glow of a fallen star, imagining it igniting their spirits, urging them to embark on journeys untold. Deep within their shared consciousness, they envisioned adventures that defied the boundaries of reality. Juma imagined soaring above the clouds, his heart racing with the thrill of the wind beneath his wings. Nia, however, felt the enchanting pull of the earth, her thoughts dancing with the roots of trees that cradled ancient wisdom. Suddenly, a shiver whispered through the air, catching both their breaths. In that moment, the bond that tied them together tightened, as if preparing them for something wondrous or perilous. The village elders had spoken of climbing tides, celestial alignments, and gatherings of mystical energies, and Nia felt the awakening of those forces resonating between them, an invitation to the extraordinary. "A change is coming," Juma said, his voice steady, yet laced with a hint of urgency. Nia nodded. In agreement, a flicker of thrill coursing through her. They could feel the shift in the atmosphere, an electric current that ignited the very heart of the thicket. It was not merely a foreboding threat. It shimmered with potential, an uncharted promise twinkling just beyond the horizon. Their thoughts entwined once more, and in that sacred exchange, they made unspoken vows to face what lay ahead together. Their bond was indomitable, pulsating with the strength of the forest and the brilliance of the stars. What awaited them in the shadows of change mattered not, for they possessed an unwavering faith in each other. With hearts beating in synchrony, Nia and Juma readied themselves, like arrows drawn taut, prepared to be launched into a destiny that only they could write. The sun began its slow descent, casting ethereal hues of orange and purple across the sky as the villagers settled in anticipation. The air was thick with a palpable energy, as if the very earth was holding its breath for the wisdom about to unfold. The guru, draped in robes that fluttered like the whispers of the ancients, radiated an aura of calm authority. His voice, resonating with the weight of ages, beckoned the villagers nearer, as if each soul were drawn to the gravity of his presence. All eyes turned toward the twilight's glow, but none were as focused as the gurus on the twins. A gentle wind rustled the strands of their dark locks, each movement reminiscent of a dance aspect of divine synchronicity. Drawing closer, the guru knelt before them, his fingers brushing lightly against their hair. The crowd held its breath as the air vibrated softly, infused with the energy of the moment. "In their tresses lies the very essence of the cosmos," the guru whispered, eyes glittering with hidden knowledge. The twins exchanged uncertain glances, feeling the weight of such declarations, yet a budding pride swelled within them. The guru rose, and the villagers leaned in, their interest aflame. "Each hair is like the fiber of fate itself, fashioned from the ancient sighs and dreams. They hold ancient tales, spirits who chose to linger, now intertwined with the twins." With a graceful sweep of his arm, he drew patterns in the air, tracing the invisible currents that connected the twins to the myriad of destinies surrounding them. "The night shall unveil their true potential," he continued. "But beware, for powers of the unseen are both a blessing and a curse. Those who wield deep knowledge must navigate the currents of desire and ambition." Around the fire, the villagers exchanged worried glances. Could mere children bear such tremendous burdens? The guru must have sensed their apprehension, for he turned to them, wise and benevolent. "Fear not. The threads of connection between the twins and the cosmos run unbreakably strong. It is the purity of intent that will guide them." Just then, a sudden chill swept through the gathered assembly, a whisper of impending storm swirling in the tubby air. The flames flickered violently, casting restless shadows upon the faces that surrounded them. "Chaos stirs," the guru warned, his voice a gravelly echo. "The balance of our world hangs precariously by a thread, teetering between despair and hope. The guardianship of energies is now entrusted to these souls." As he finished, the flames danced, igniting a vibrant blaze that illuminated the night sky. The villagers stood transfixed, their hearts racing with a burgeoning mixture of fear and hope. The twins, feeling the burdens of the divine prophecy rest heavy on their shoulders, exchanged a knowing, yet inscrutable glance. The path ahead was uncertain, woven with threads that could bind or unravel them. In the shadows, an omen lurked, an unseen force eagerly observant, waiting for the twins to unlock the secrets embedded within their very being. The air was tense, thick with the thrill of destiny, even as the stars began to shift and swirl above, cryptic constellations guarding. Mysteries only time would reveal. Whispers of envy wound their way through the once harmonious village like a chilling breeze that temporarily silenced the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. The twins, Alara and Kieran, became unwitting focal points, the unraveling of certainty surrounding their magical potential igniting conversations laden with speculation. No longer just children of the village, they were now embodiments of hope and trepidation, potential saviors or harbingers of change. Seeking proof of their gifts, the villagers proposed a series of exhibitions that would test the depths of their enchantments. Yet as the date of the first trial approached, a peculiar unease settled over the lands. Sinister shadows frolicked just outside the range of light. Livestock began to disappear under the cover of darkness. Vibrancy faded from gardens that had once flourished, now overtaken by a creeping malaise. Though the twins remained determined to embrace their responsibilities, a knot of fear tightened in the pit of their stomachs. The laughter that once echoed in the meadows was replaced by anxious murmurs as threads of suspicion wove their way through the community. Alara, sensitive to these shifts, gathered Kieran on their favorite hill, where the sun bathed the landscape in golden hues. "What if we are not enough?" she questioned, her voice trembling. "What if our magic isn't what they expect? What if we attract more misfortune?" Kieran's eyes darkened, troubled by thoughts he dared not voice. He believed their enchantments were as grand as the prophecies foretold, but grappled with shadows lurking beneath the surface of his confidence. In the days leading to their first challenge, the twins practiced tirelessly, summoning every ounce of potential they could harness. Each night, Alara began to dream of figures lurking in the twilight, waiting just beyond her sight. The dreams bled into reality, shadows flickering at the corners of her vision during daylight, mischievous and mocking. Kieran felt the weight of their burdens as he stood beside her, trying to steady her heart as much as his own. On the eve of their first trial, an unsettling visitor graced their doorstep. An elder from the village, draped in a cloak with a shimmer that reflected light in strange, unpredictable ways. Her voice, a gravelly symphony of age and wisdom, warned them. "You seek strength, yet strength is ever tethered to vulnerability. The village hungers for proof. But remember, not all eyes watch with goodwill." With her words, an unnerving chill wrapped around the siblings' hearts, and they found themselves staring into the depths of their purpose, feeling the weight of every choice, every possibility. As shadows thickened outside the cottage, echoing their doubts and fears, Alara and Kieran knew that the trials they were about to face were more than mere demonstrations of power. They were destined to confront not only the external strife that had seeped into their lives, but the internal demons that threatened to rend their bond apart. Emerald sparks flickered in Alara's fingers, while Kieran's expression hardened into resolve. Together, they would summon the light against the encroaching darkness. But the journey ahead was marked by trials that would stretch their strength, unravel their truths, and ultimately test the very fabric of their souls. Nia and Juma pushed further into the heart of the forbidden forest, their enchanted locks cascading with vibrant hues that illuminated the path ahead. The moon, now a sliver of silver, hung low in the sky, its soft light filtering through the canopy like whispers of ancient secrets. The air thrummed with the pulse of the forest, an intoxicating blend of earth and magic that enveloped them, urging them onward as if the very ground beneath their feet was alive. Each footfall stirred the fallen leaves, sending a symphony of rustles echoing into the stillness. Nia's heart raced, both in excitement and trepidation. The tales she had grown up with danced in her mind, stories of those brave enough to tread where they were forbidden. With every step, she felt a flicker of connection to the lost souls woven into those narratives, and she wondered if their spirits lingered in the shadows, watching her and Juma. Juma, feeling the weight of the forest's watchful gaze, stole a glance at Nia. Her courage was palpable, bolstering his own resolve. As they ventured deeper, the trees, twisted and grand, seemed to whisper encouragement, their gnarled branches beckoning them to discover what lay ahead. Juma could almost hear the calls of nature, an urgent rhythm that urged them to press onward, drawing them into a veritable tapestry of magic and mystery. Suddenly, a flash of luminescence darted through the underbrush, leaving behind a trail of shimmering light. Startled, both friends froze, eyes wide. The illumination coalesced into a small, ethereal creature. Wings, iridescent with a kaleidoscope of colors. It hovered before them, its gentle gaze locking onto theirs. The creature exuded warmth, a comforting presence amidst the swirling unease of the forest. "Seek the heart that beats with truth," the creature whispered, its voice soft yet resonant, echoing like the chime of distant bells. "Only by confronting your darkest fears shall you uncover the power hidden within your locks." With those enigmatic words hanging in the air, the creature flitted away, leaving Nia and Juma engulfed in contemplation. Nia felt her pulse quicken, a twinge of dread tugged at her heart. What fears lurked within her? What darkness had she yet to face? Juma shook his head, dispelling his own shadows. "We can't let that scare us. We're already here. If it's fear we must face, then we'll do it together." The bond between them radiated with unspoken affirmation, like threads of fate weaving tighter with each moment. They pressed onward, weaving through dense vines and vibrant flora, the forest alive with a chorus of distant calls. Each sound, each whisper of the wind seemed to reinforce their determination. They stumbled upon a clearing bathed in the silver glimmer of the moonlight, revealing a sight that halted them in their tracks. An ancient stone altar, covered in moss and engraved with symbols of forgotten magic, stood sentinel in the center. The air buzzed with energy, a palpable force that entwined seamlessly with the magic of their enchanted locks. Nia's breath caught as she stepped closer, sensing the weight of countless ancestral hopes resting upon them. Here lay a crossroads of fate and identity, where the enchantment within their locks awaited awakening. As they shared a glance, an unspoken agreement passed between them, a shared understanding that whatever lay ahead was an integral part of their journey. It was time to unearth the truths hidden amongst the shadows, ready to unlock the potential that shimmered within their grasp. Nia and Juma stood transfixed, their breath caught in suspended animation as the ethereal beings surrounded them, weaving in and out of the shadows cast by the ancient trees. The air shimmered with an otherworldly light, illuminating their path with soft, iridescent hues. These spirits, with forms resembling swirling mists and glimmering orbs, exuded a profound serenity that enveloped the twins, calming their racing minds. Each spirit seemed to pulse with the rhythm of nature itself, echoing the heartbeat of the forest that cradled them, blending the essence of earth and sky into a tapestry of whispers. As the spirits danced gracefully around them, Nia and Juma felt an unspoken connection to these guardians of wisdom. An elder spirit, its voice like the rustle of leaves in a gentle wind, stepped forward, beckoning the twins closer. "You carry the legacy of your ancestors within you," it intoned, its soft glow brightening as it spoke. "What you choose to do with this gift may shape the fabric of fate itself. Listen well, for the stories we share hold keys to both past and future." With rapt attention, the twins leaned in as the first tale unfolded, a narrative steeped in the echoes of time. The spirit wove intricate stories of a forebear, a courageous traveler who ventured beyond the known territories to confront a darkness that threatened the harmony of the world. It invoked images of fierce battles fought not just with swords, but with wisdom, compassion, and the unyielding strength of spirit. The traveler's enchanted locks, flowing like cascades of stars, served as both shield and beacon, guiding allies through treacherous paths. Nia felt the connection deepen, as if threads of her own hair thrummed in resonance with that illustrious ancestor. Each strand of her golden locks shimmered with the tales passed down in silent whispers. Juma, too, found strength in the stories, envisioning the extraordinary lives lived by those who came before them. The realization struck him. This wasn't merely history. It was their lineage's heartbeat, echoing through the ages and pulsing with untapped potential. The elder spirit continued, unfolding the tale of another ancestor who, with an unwavering resolve, had chosen to preserve the delicate balance of life in their realm. Through trials and tribulations, that spirit had forged alliances with creatures of the forest, forging a pact that ensured the protection of their sacred lands. This binding of souls and nature was emblematic of the twins' current quest to honor their surroundings. As the encounter unfolded, Nia and Juma delved deeper into the souls of their forebears, each story painted vividly in their minds, illuminated by the spirit's glow. It became clear that their journey was not merely a quest of discovery, but a tapestry woven from the very threads of existence, an intricate dance of responsibility, choice, and destiny. With each shared tale, the ethereal beings emphasized the importance of choices made in the face of adversity. They had all, in their own time, been faced with crossroads that demanded courage, wisdom, and above all, an unwavering commitment to the spirits of the earth. Nia and Juma exchanged glances, understanding the weight and magnitude of what lay ahead, their spirits set aflame with newfound purpose. They had been summoned for a reason, and the echoes of their ancestors roared within them, urging them forth to craft their own legacies amidst the whispers of the forest. As the twins stepped into the village, a chill ran down their spines. The lanterns that usually flickered warmly in the evening gloom now stood dimmed, as if swallowed by the encroaching blackness. Shadows loomed longer, stretching over the cobblestones, casting ghostly shapes that whispered of dread. Nia shivered, wrapping her arms around herself as an unshakable feeling of foreboding hung in the air, thick like fog. The vibrant fields surrounding their home, once alive with an array of colors, now appeared muted, with wilted crops and twisted branches, as if the very essence of life was being drained away. Juma glanced toward the Elders' Grove, where whispers of the village's history curled around the ancient trees like smoke. The Elders, who once shared tales of valor and hope, now nestled in silence, their faces riddled with worry. Their soft murmurs had turned to hushed prayers, beseeching the spirits for relief from the dark tide that swept over their land. The twins had learned much from their journey, The power contained within their enchanted hair was not just for show. It held the essence of protection and harmony with nature. They exchanged a knowing look. The bond between them deepened by their shared experiences. "We can't just stand here," Naya said firmly, her eyes flashing with determination. "We need to find the source of this darkness." With a sense of purpose, they ventured into the heart of the village. As they moved forward, the shadows seemed to lengthen in response, curling around their ankles with a life of their own. The twins called upon their training, feeling the energy of their magical hair resonate against the looming threat. It flickered like light in the dark, a reminder of the power they wielded together. Their first stop was the village well, a source of both life and whispers. It had long been a place of gathering, but now it lay eerily quiet, its waters murky and still. Drawing closer, Nia knelt beside it, peering into the depths where the reflection of the moon was barely visible through a film of shadow. "It feels wrong," she murmured, sensing the disturbance pulsating beneath the surface. Juma placed a hand on her shoulder, grounding her. "Together," he urged. They entered a state of unity, weaving their energy, and focused on the well, their hair shimmering with incantations that danced in the dark. Slowly, the murky surface began to clear, revealing fragments of images entwined with sorrow and despair, a vision of the villagers consumed by envy and strife. "We must reach out to them," Juma said, his voice steady but laced with urgency. "If this darkness is taking hold, we need to remind them of their strength and the bonds between us." As they stood, the wind shifted, carrying with it a low, rumbling sound, a harbinger of the storm that was yet to come. They could feel the budding tension in the air, the whisper of danger lurking just beyond their sight. They turned their attention toward the horizon, ready to confront what awaited them. Together, they would fight not just against the shadows, but to resurrect the light that once flourished in their village. The air was thick with tension as Nia and Juma stood resolutely at the precipice of destiny, their silhouettes framed against the tempest brewing around them. Shadows twisted in grotesque formations, dancing dangerously close while brilliant tendrils of light surged forth like a protective embrace, and the chaos of opposing forces swirled in a blinding whirlpool. Each pulse of energy resonated through their beings, a symphony of chaos that demanded their unwavering focus. Naya closed her eyes and inhaled deeply, feeling the pulse of the earth beneath her feet. It was as if the very ground they stood upon was alive, connecting them to the ancestors who had come before, a gentle whisper that urged her to remember their teachings. The spirits, a myriad of ancient wisdom, beckoned to her, their laughter echoing like a melody of hope. In that instant, she realized the power they wielded was not theirs alone. It belonged to generations that had faced adversity and triumphed. Her voice broke through the air, transcending the clamor of battle. "We are not alone, Juma. The spirits are with us." She could sense the energies swirling around her in a harmonious dance, begging for direction. "Channel their wisdom. Let them guide our actions." Beside her, Juma, resolute and grounded, understood what needed to be done. He felt the ancient roots of the trees intertwining with his essence, a living testament to strength. He called upon the ancient power of the earth, feeling the vibrations of life coursing through him. "Together, Nia, we can manifest their strength." His voice rumbled like thunder, merging with the pulse of the earth. As their energies fused, Nia felt her spirit resonate in rhythm with the sounds of the woods, the chirping of crickets and rustling leaves merging into a cadence of unity. Juma's connection with the roots deepened as he imagined them spreading outwards, creating an unbreakable lattice that neither shadow nor light could rend apart. With each heartbeat, their combined energy sparked, flickering like the stars themselves. The adversaries cloaked in darkness sensed the shift, their forms undulating and contorting in agitation. Nia lifted her hand, a glow surrounding her as she called upon the spirits to reveal their hidden truths. Illuminating whispers of ancient songs flowed through her, revealing arcane paths she could traverse to confront the darkness that threatened to engulf them. "Now, Juma!" Their voices synchronized as they unleashed their combined might. Brilliant beams of light twined with thick, protective roots, forming a brilliant tapestry that stretched across the battlefield. Each element echoed with purpose, a testament to their bond, while the spirits' laughter resonated like sweet chimes, drowning out despair. The shadowy forms recoiled from the purity of their unity, trembling as vines wrapped around them with gentle determination. Nia and Juma stood as sentinels of hope, grounded yet ethereal, wielding energies intertwined with purpose. With each passing moment, they felt their connection strengthen, reshaping them into a singular force, a guardian against the impending darkness. They were no longer just twins. They had become a beacon of unity, their destinies irrevocably bound. As the light from Nia and Juma's enchanted locks illuminated the village, the air shimmered with hope and renewal. The remaining black tendrils of darkness, the remnants of fear's icy grip, wavered under the brilliance of the twins' power. The villagers, once cowered in shadows, emerged into the realm of light, their eyes wide with astonishment and awe. Children, who had once played beneath the weight of terror, now looked toward the twins with admiration, as if witnessing the very dawn of a new world. In the center of this unfolding transformation stood Nia and Juma, their hearts racing, echoing the rhythm of the pent-up energy that surged around them. They could feel the echoes of the village's collective heartbeat, a steady pulse that synchronized with their own. It was more than mere magic. It was the raw strength of unity, a potent force that thrummed through their veins and intertwined their destinies. With every moment that passed, they grasped the magnitude of what they had achieved together, not just the dispelling of darkness, but the restoration of a shared spirit. As the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon, the village awoke to a saturated palette of color, vibrant and alive. The sun, a fiery orb, rose steadily, unveiling patches of azure sky and wisps of tender clouds. The picturesque scenes of nature, trees bending gently in the wind, flowers stretching to absorb the golden light, and dewdrops glistening like jewels, heralded the revitalization of life itself. Gradually, the whispers of fear began to fade. Villagers stepped out of their homes, their faces marked with both wonder and disbelief. Many clutched their children, whose eyes sparkled with the innocence and joy of a life untethered by terror. Nia and Juma, overwhelmed by the palpable change, shared a knowing glance that spoke volumes. They understood that this moment transcended their individual journeys. It was the embodiment of their bond, a bond fortified through countless trials and shared tribulations. Yet, within the warmth of this newfound light, the twins sensed that their journey was far from over. Though they had triumphed in this moment, shadows loomed in the edges of their minds, reminders of the challenges that lay ahead. They could feel the echoes of the ancient forces that had resisted them for so long, whispering of future encounters and untested boundaries. This singular victory was a testament to their strength, but it also served as a reminder that their connection would continue to be their greatest asset. With an unspoken promise hanging in the air, Nia and Juma stepped forward, hand in hand, toward the heart of the village. Together, they would nurture this rebirth. Together, they would ensure that the light they had sparked would flourish, evolving into a beacon of hope for generations to come. As they ventured forward into the awakening world, they carried with them not just the love that had forged their bond, but the understanding that they were never alone in their fight. Together, they were unstoppable. And in the face of whatever darkness may come, they would rise, renewed and resilient. As time flowed gracefully through the village, the vibrant energy of life pulsed within every home and heart. Nia and Juma, with their enchanted locks swirling like autumn leaves kissed by the wind, took on the roles of leaders, guiding their people with the wisdom that had sprouted from their shared adventures. The forest, a breathing entity of ancient spirits, wrapped around the village as a protective embrace, weaving its magic into the very fabric of their existence. Every morning, as the sun stretched its golden arms across the horizon, Nia led the children to the edge of the forest, where sunlight dappling the leaves created a mosaic of dancing shadows. She taught them the stories of the spirits that dwelled among the trees, tales of the benevolent guardian who kept the balance of nature, and the playful sprites who brought laughter and joy. "Every tree," she would say, her voice ringing with warmth, "is a keeper of secrets, every brook a source of wisdom. There is magic all around us, waiting to be discovered." Juma, with a likewise fervor, engaged the elders in the art of crafting, hands moving as fluidly as the river that meandered through the village. They worked collectively, their laughter echoing against aged bark and soft ground, creating tools that would sustain their community while honoring the spirits that had once protected them. Under his guidance, they fashioned intricate carvings and talismans, each piece a tribute to their history woven with strands of courage. "Each mark tells our story," Juma would say, his eyes reflecting the sincerity of their mission. "And through our art, we remind ourselves of where we came from." As the seasons turned, the village transformed into a tapestry of colors, each hue echoing life. Festivals became a channel for unity, with everyone gathered under the stars, sharing dances and songs that carried the powerful tradition of their ancestors. Nia and Juma, hand in hand, presided over these gatherings, their hearts swelling with pride as they watched laughter bridge gaps between generations. The night sky glimmered like 1,000 fireflies, twinkling to the rhythm of joy and a collective heartbeat that pulsed through the land. In private moments, they would talk of the future and the legacy they wished to leave behind. They envisioned a world where the bond between their people and the forest would only deepen with time, where stories passed down would ignite the same passion in the hearts of those who came after. "We must remind them," Nia would say softly, "that our magic lies within us, in our unity and love for one another." Drawing from the wellspring of their lives entwined, they crafted a legacy built on honor, wisdom, and resilience. Every step they took, no matter how small, paved the way for a brighter tomorrow. The shadows of the past that once threatened their peace began to fade, eclipsed by the light of hope that radiated from their enchanted locks, guiding the village toward an ever-illuminating horizon. And so, beneath the watchful eyes of the forest spirits, the legacy of Nia and Juma began to bloom, its roots spreading deep, intertwined with the very essence of their community, ensuring that love, bravery, and the bonds of family would endure through the ages.